Good morning, everyone. Boker Tov. This week's Torah portion is famous not for what it contains, but what it doesn't contain. You see, Moshe Rabbeinu was born in the book of Exodus. In the very first Torah portion, we read about the birth of Moses. And in every single Torah portion, until his death at the end of the Deuteronomy, the name Moshe appears, sometimes multiple times. However, in this week's Torah portion, Titzaveh, Moshe Rabbeinu's name is not mentioned even once. And it can't be by accident, of course. Why? Specifically because the very first word of the Torah portion is V'ata, and you shall command the Jewish people. So Moshe Rabbeinu is referenced throughout the Torah portion, but deliberately never by name, only with the word V'ata. As a matter of fact, in the very first verses, it says 3 times, V'ata, you shall command the Jewish people to bring the oil for the menorah. You shall command your brother to serve as high priest. You shall command the artist to design all the garments of the high priest. But Moses' name is deliberately not mentioned. And our rabbis give us the reason why. Our rabbis say that we find in the portion of Ki Tisa, when the Jewish people made the golden calf, Moses was told by God, I'm going to wipe out the Jewish people and start all over with you as the progenitor of the new nation. And Moses wouldn't have it. Moses says to God, please forgive the Jewish people. And then Moses says, if you're going to destroy the Jewish people, I won't allow it to happen, so to speak, on my clock, on my watch. And therefore, Moses says to God, if you forgive the Jewish people, fine, for the sin of the golden calf. But if not, wipe my name out of your Torah. I don't want to be mentioned in your Torah. I don't want to be a part of the Torah, because although I love the Torah, I love the Jewish people even more. And finally, God relents and forgives the Jewish people and grants Moses a second opportunity to come for 40 days and 40 nights and receive a new set of tablets. But our rabbis say, because Moses uttered these words and said, wipe my name out of the Torah, he quote-unquote gave God an ultimatum. Therefore, it was fulfilled in this Torah portion. Why this Torah portion? Because this Torah portion always coincides with the day of the birth and passing of Moses, who died on his 120th birthday on the 7th day of Adar, which was just this past Friday. And the question is this a punishment for standing up to defend the Jewish people? And perhaps the answer is no. It's the way we remember Moses every year on his yahrzeit, on the day of his passing. We remember him for his love, not just for Hashem, not just for the Torah, but for the Jewish people. And above all, his love for the Jewish nation came before even his love for the Torah. And therefore, the way we recall Moses' love is by his name being absent, to remind us of how he stood up to defend the Jewish nation. But perhaps it goes one step further. You see, Moses is referenced throughout the Torah portion, but the word is V'ata, and you. And perhaps the lesson is that now that Moses passes away on the 7th of Adar, we may say, well, we don't have a Moses anymore. And it's true, there was only one prophet like Moses. However, what the Torah is teaching us is that every Jew has a spark of the soul of Moses inside of them. And therefore, Moses bequeathed to every one of us the ability to stand up and defend the Jewish people, to have that love and passion for every single Jew, and for the Torah, and for Hashem. And therefore the word referred to Moses as V'ata, and you, because what the Torah is saying is, and you, and you, and you, every single Jew. Don't just look to Moses or the Moseses of the generation to lead. You have the capacity. You have a part of Moses in you. You could be a great Jewish leader. You could accomplish great things. Don't wait for others. When you see something that needs to be done, you stand up like Moses stood up and care and love the Jewish people and bring Torah to all of humanity the way Moses, our first greatest leader, did. There was a great Hasidic Jew. His name was Reb Mendel Futterfass. He was arrested in Tsarist Russia for being a Jew, put in Siberia. And when he went free, he would tell stories about his days in imprisonment. And one of the stories he told was that the prisoners would play cards. And it was illegal. So when the guards would come, they would hide their cards and pretend like they weren't playing. But the guards knew they were playing cards, so they would do a search throughout the cells. And then they would even do a body search on all the prisoners, and they could never find the cards. One time when the guards left, Mendel Futterfas said, tell me, where do you hide the cards? How is it the guards can never find you even after doing a body search? And they shared with him the secret. They said, we don't tell you what we do. He said, we're professional criminals, that's why we're here. When the guards come, we put the cards back in the box, and then one of us slips the pack of cards into the pocket of one of the guards. Well, the guards are looking everywhere, they strip search us, they look everywhere, they can't find it. When they give up and they're about to leave the cell, one of us pickpockets it back out of his pocket. And that's the way we always keep our cards. Mendel Futterfas would tell the story and he would say, the lesson I learned from this is that sometimes we look in everyone else's pockets. We look at others to lead, to do things, instead of searching our own pockets. Sometimes the answers can be found within ourselves. We just have to search within and find the Moses within each and every one of us. Have a wonderful day.